What's up, guys? It's Rey-Jay back with another video. And in this one, I want to break down what's happening with SPY, Tesla, and the overall market. Just know that I am not a financial planner, so take nothing I say as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please check out my Moomoo link. If you deposit $100, you're guaranteed 5 free stocks. If you deposit $1,000, you're guaranteed 15. And the offer ends very soon in just about 2 weeks from now. Anyways, Tesla's looking very, very bullish. I want to call this one out in particulars because we have some very, very nice news about Wedbush increasing their price target for Tesla to about $515 a share by the end of next year. And the bull case is actually at about $650. That's about a 47.7% increase from where Tesla was basically around open. So, very, very bullish news as Tesla remains very strong, very, very bullish. And for now, it's the main winner in the market, at least for now. Now, I just want to say that we had some data that came out. We had the S&P Global Composite PMI that was above expectations, which is more positive for the markets. Manufacturing numbers were a little bit weaker, but then services were quite strong. The bill auctions also are going to be coming out at 11:30 a.m. But besides that, the market is still remaining elevated. So, what are some key levels to watch for? What do I think is going to happen for the markets? Let's talk about this. Tesla is the main winner so far. As long as it holds above 450, we could be on our way up to about 460. It's very strong. I think we're doing a fantastic job, and we have some new levels to watch for, but there's no sign of this slowing quite yet. And this thing could continue to squeeze after all these bullish targets. Tesla was very bullish on the daily chart, also on the weekly. So if we manage to hold above 455, we're going to be looking for 460 as our target, then 462 if that breaks. So we're very strong right now, very, very bullish, and there's no sign of Tesla slowing. I just want to say it's doing a very, very good job. Now, if we do end up losing 450, I'm going to be looking for 448 then 445 just to be safe. But right now, there's no sign of that, and we remain a lot more bullish. So far, the bulls have a much larger edge. Now, for other factors out there, we have ES. Okay, ES has this resistance to watch for at 6080. If we break that, we could get close to 6090, then eventually like 6100. So I see potential in this. It's looking more bullish right now. If we were to lose 67, we could turn back down, but there's no sign of us losing that support right now. And I think that although we are shuffling here, as long as we hold above 67, we could try to break out. It might attempt to push higher. So it looks a little bit more bullish so far. As long as we hold our key levels, it's doing a good job. For SPY, we look more bullish. As long as we don't lose 603.5, we're favoring upside. The PPO is looking more bullish, and this could be trying to push for this resistance at 607. If that breaks, we're looking for essentially an attempt to get close to all-time highs, around 608.5 to 609. So as long as 607 breaks, we're looking for those high levels very close to that range in the 608 to 609 area. And then if we surpass that, I'm looking for essentially 610, so new all-time highs. So the main thing is 607. If we get back above that, this is going to be pushing a lot more. If we can't do that, watch 605.36 is the main support. If that fails on SPY, then there's going to be a risk of some downside back down to 603. So I hope those levels are as clear as possible, but just know that based off what I'm seeing on the 4-hour, this chart is looking a little bit stronger and we are favoring upside a bit more. But I just want to be a little safer. So let's see if 607 breaks. If that's the case, I'm looking for a much bigger move to the upside for those new highs to be established. So I see more upside potential. I think we're doing a good job on SPY. We'll have to see how this holds itself up. For other factors out there, we have Nvidia. Unfortunately, this did not bounce. We didn't get back up to 135. We actually rejected instead. And the reason for that is because I think we saw some negative news that came out. It's still being impacted by the Chinese news involving the probe. And there's also, technically we're a little bit weaker here. We called out there's a possible like head and shoulders here that was developing in my earlier videos. But instead of getting some kind of rebound to possibly reject, we actually rejected straight up. So we were correct about this potentially rejecting, but it didn't go as high as I initially predicted. So it is what it is. Sometimes that happens. Now we have to see if Nvidia could hold above 130. If not, there's going to be a risk of it coming all the way down towards 128, and then those much lower levels like 125. For now, I think that we are holding decently above 130. So we'll have to see if we continue. Otherwise, the risk is still to the downside. So just keep that in mind. There's a little bit of weakness on this chart. Now, Bitcoin dipped and bounced like we predicted. We did call out. I was hoping it would come down to about 102,000 and like the 800 area. Came a little bit above that, so 103,000 flat before it tries to bounce. We're looking for essentially 107,000 as our next target. If that breaks, we're looking for 107,500. So it looks a little bit more bullish. For others out there, we have um, NQ. So we're hitting 22,000. We have to hold above this. 22,100 is not going to be our next target. We're doing a good job so far. So we remain more elevated, more bullish. QQQ looks more bullish. We called this out as well. We expected 536 as a potential target. As long as we're above that, we're looking for 538 and 540. And if we lose 536, we're looking for 534. So far, we look more bullish, so we could continue this push, and we could be looking for an attempt to get back up to 540. So I think we're doing a fantastic job thus far. For Apple, we look more bullish as long as we don't lose 247. We're favoring 250. If that breaks, we have 252 as our targets. So we look more bullish, in my opinion. For the IWM Russell 2000, we dipped all the way down towards the 233 areas. We're trying to rebound. We're looking for 235.68. Then 237 is our targets. So we could attempt to rebound here. What I do like about the chart is the fact that we are attempting to re-enter this channel that we were stuck in. So as long as we don't get like rejected here and start dumping back down to like 231, this could try to get back up to 235.68. So I see a little bit of potential in it. For others out there, we have Coin. Now, Coin is trying to hold above its support at 320 as long as Bitcoin continues to push. We could try to get close to 325 and 330, but we'll see if that ends up being the case or not. There's some potential in it. For Amazon, we have more potential right here. We could be trying to get up to about 232. If we lose 227, we're going to be tipping. So let's see if we hold 227. Otherwise, 232 is going to be our next potential target. For Meta, we look more bullish. Sorry, not more bullish. We're looking a little bit more bearish because we rejected so far. We need to hold above 622. If not, this could be dipping closer to about the 618 area. So there's going to be that risk of this dipping a little bit lower if that ends up failing. So look at 622. Can we hold above it or not? We may shuffle for a bit here, but there's going to be a risk of this rejecting because of this candlestick and the fact that there's a little bit of weakness right there. Microsoft looks decent. It's not super strong or super weak. We're barely holding 446.5, which is our 20 EMA. If we lose that, there's going to be a risk of it dipping to 443, but we haven't lost 446, so this could attempt to rebound for 450. So there's potential in this nonetheless. For Google, we look more bullish. We're looking for 200 as our resistance. That's going to be our next resistance to watch for our overall targets. We look quite good so far. If we break 200, I'm looking for 202. Overall, Google looks a bit more bullish, but watch the 200 psychological level. Now, one thing that's interesting is Tesla's still breaking out, breaking its highs. It could get very close to 460. It's doing a fantastic job. And also, SPY is just kind of shuffling. It's toying with the 607 area. If we break that, this could start pushing more. So the market is still more in favor of bulls, and there's some exceptions, such as Nvidia. And then Palantir, I want to talk about this real quick. Unfortunately, I think that we had another negative piece of news that came out that made this a little bit weaker. We are trying to rebound here, but the setup is not doing the best of jobs. If we could get back above 73.5, this could try to bounce back up for 78. But if we lose 71, we will turn more bearish. So make sure you watch that range between 73.5 and 71. I would like to see it hold at least 73.5 to try to bounce. Otherwise, it's showing a little bit of weakness because of the negative news. So that's it for this video. We're waiting to see if SPY could crack past 607. Might take a while, but like I said before, we are looking a little bit more bullish to me. If we do crack that, that's going to be another sign that this is stronger. So for now, the bulls have a bigger edge. Let's just see if we can break that or not. If we can't, watch 605 and 603. Otherwise, we do favor upside. All right. Thank you for listening, guys. Have a good day and peace out.